What's going on, guys? I just discovered my love for manga after being an anime fan for quite some time. And like you do when you discover a new passion, you spend a shit ton of money on it. So I ended up spending about $400 on my very first manga haul here. This one over here I got from a random seller on Macari. This bigger box is from Right Stuff, and then this is a couple books from Amazon. So what really started my newfound love for manga was I just finished the Dead Man Wonderland series. I remember watching this anime as a teenager and obviously being in love with it. And then it ended and never renewed for a second season. I attempted to pick up the manga around that point, but I just couldn't get into it for some reason. The translations were poorly done on those online sites because I couldn't afford manga at that time, and I just couldn't get into reading it. So after a long wait of picking up anime here and there, and even a long hiatus of even watching anime itself, I recently just decided to reread the series and just fell in love with it all over again. Say what you will about Dead Man Wonderland, but honestly, it's really, really good. And it just sparked something in me, and I realized, wow, manga is amazing. Just looking at how everything is drawn on those pages, and seeing like how they're moving, and just picturing it being almost animated in my head, and just choreographing these fight scenes, and even just some of the more basic things just sparked this interest in me. And I decided, well, let's buy a lot. So I got a little too carried away and bought all this you see here. So let's get started and seeing exactly what I got. So I'm gonna go ahead and start with this box right here. I got this from a seller on Macari who kind of just shipped it wrapped in paper with a shipping label on it, but it did nothing seemed to be damaged, so that's good. So what I got from here, so what I got here are volumes 1 through 14 of Berserk, and the seller wrapped these really nicely. I'm really like the way they did that and organized it. I went ahead and skipped opening this out of the package for you guys because it seemed very tedious to try to get on camera with just one hand. And I would like to apologize for my shoddy camera work. I am planning on getting a better camera to use here, and I hope it doesn't seem very shaky for you guys. But overall, I am excited to give this series a try. I heard it was very dark, and you're kind of in for some crazy stuff when you see that giant parental advisory sticker right there. So hopefully, when I'm able to get around to reading this, can go through that kind of experience. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and put these away and go ahead and move on to the next box. Moving on to this small box here that I got from Amazon. Let's get this out of here. Oops. We'll just go ahead and edit that out. So right here is actually what I am currently reading right now, which is the first 2 volumes of Goodnight Poon Poon. And this book, it hits you. If you let it, it will break you. It goes that far. It does get very depressing. Honestly, of what I've read so far, I feel that this is an absolute masterpiece, even though it can hit you and will make you cry. I do plan on doing a more in-depth video on this once I actually finish Goodnight Poon Poon, but so far this is probably my favorite manga I've read so far, and probably one of my favorite pieces of media just in general. It really hits you, and you can relate to a lot of things inside of it, whether that be good or bad. That's for you to decide. But really, very good, solid manga. Yeah. Before I cry, let's kind of put this over here. So moving on to this box here that I got from Right Stuff Anime, I spent about $200 on what's in here. I got the first the first 4 volumes of Vinland Saga, which honestly I've watched the anime of this, which actually made me want to start reading the manga. And if you're into Vikings in action, you'll like it. Solid anime. Hoping the manga takes the story in a really great direction. So moving on from Vinland Saga, I got volumes 1, 2, 4, and 5 of Judge, which is a horror manga. Now I couldn't find volume 6 anywhere, and volume 3 is no longer in production. So you can't really find it without spending like a ridiculous amount of money on eBay or something. And I still couldn't even find it then. So I'm gonna have to read those remaining parts online unless I can somehow get lucky and then find them available. I heard this is a solid horror series. I'm not sure how many people are really fond of horror manga, but I've enjoyed my fair share of horror anime. So I'm looking forward to seeing how this turns out. All right, so let's put these over here, and then what I got here are the first 3 volumes of Dead Demons Destruction, which is by the same author who created Goodnight Poon Poon, which I believe this series right here is about, I believe, these kids like going through like this alien invasion, which is, I mean, I heard was good, and honestly, I love Goodnight Poon Poon and so far, so I'm hoping that Inio Sano has created another masterpiece here. Now on to the final boss, the grand mecca, as you would say, of the manga world. Berserk Volume 15. Somebody love me. Don't take me too seriously, guys. I'm just joking around, having a little fun. But in all seriousness, the last part of this manga haul that I got is the first 5 volumes of Smokin' Parade, which is from the creator of Dead Man Wonderland. And then I'm really excited to give this a read once I finish all these other series here. Kind of a daunting task getting into manga, but it can be done. People can read One Piece, they can do this. All jokes aside, guys, I really am excited for the journey that I'm about to embark on, even though I just dipped my toes in the manga world. Just looking at this $400 worth of stuff is just a small fraction of what's out there. I really want to thank you guys for watching this video, and I really appreciate you going through this journey with me. One thing I do want to ask you is, what started your love and your passion for manga? Let me know in the comments below. Also, what kind of content would you like to see in the future? Would you like to see more manga hauls? Like to see more in-depth videos and reviews on manga, anime? Let me know. And if you like this content, please subscribe and give this video a like. I really appreciate you guys.